You're listening to the European Parliamentary Research Service podcast on market access to port services.
In a third attempt to liberalise the EU's port services, the European Commission has set sail for a long-awaited modernisation of port services offered by the EU's 329 main seaports. Will there be calmer waters ahead this time? Come on board with us and we'll tell you more about a key topic of the March plenary session.
Serving as access points to Europe, the EU's approximately 1,200 seaports are fundamental to its economy, enabling the transit of some 74% of imports and exports of cargo and 37% of EU trade.
They're also powerful job generators, employing more than 3 million people, and more than 90% of all freight and passengers passing through EU ports transit through the 329 seaports within the Trans-European Transport Network.
However, efficiency and productivity vary greatly between EU ports, with Rotterdam, Hamburg and Antwerp accounting for the largest slice of cargo movements.
So to address these disparities, in 2013 the European Commission made a new attempt to liberalise port services and ensure financial transparency. The reform aims at eliminating unfair competition, guaranteeing a level playing field and improving the commercial efficiency of ports.
The European Commission proposes to introduce rules to ensure the financial transparency of 8 port services. For instance, refuelling, maintenance of port access paths and waste collection, and open market access to 6 of them.
Cargo handling and passenger services, which many ports secure through public concession contracts, won't be open to competition, but regulated by new rules on concessions instead.
2 previous attempts to liberalise port services in 2001 and 2004 provoked strong controversy, particularly regarding their social labour market aspects, and were finally rejected by the European Parliament. So this time, the proposal won't affect Member States' social and employment rules. Will this guarantee calmer waters ahead?
Well, while shipowners' associations regretted that port labour, passenger services and cargo handling are excluded from the future regulation, the organisation representing the interests of operators of private terminals welcomed the exclusion of social elements and cargo handling services from competition. And what about the European Parliament?
In January 2016, having published 3 studies on port issues, MEPs in the Transport Committee amended the Commission's proposal to maintain the current Member States' port management models, allow port authorities to set minimum requirements for port services, and restrict the number of service providers.
MEPs also defined the framework for port services obligations and approved the financial transparency provisions. Furthermore, they asked the Commission to clarify what types of public investments in port infrastructure do not constitute state aid.
Despite agreement on all these issues, members could not reach the necessary majority to launch trilogue negotiations with the Council and the Commission, leaving the question open for debate in plenary during the March session.
You're listening to the European Parliamentary Research Service podcasts.